The crowd is... assembled at the American Airlines Center looking for a Mavericks win here in downtown Dallas. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Looking at the last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a loss to the Nets. Now here's Harden. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
On the drive, MJ is so ferocious, he never even thinks about slowing down. Pedal to the metal.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And here's Johnson outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Siakam with it. Guarded now by Irving. Siakam, that's good.
And always nice to have an inside-out threat like Siakam. He can have an impact anywhere on the floor.
Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
Okay, David, much appreciated. 5 on the clock. Inside, Turner with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Jordan's got it. And it's sent back by Irving.
Excellent anticipation from Kyrie that time on the block.
Hunter, no one around him. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Turner with the screen. Back to Harden. Outside, Jordan. Drills it from outside. Jordan's got 5.
There's a ferocity and intensity to Jordan, but he also has the finesse and skill.
Hunter on the wing. Davis sets a screen to the middle, and Davis throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Well, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the three. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
A shot by Nembhard, no good. Clippers leading by 6. To the paint. Here's Turner. Siakam outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Davis sets a screen. Here's Nembhard. Drops in the layup for 2.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. Harden with it. 5 points in the game. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Mavericks trailed by 7. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Exum. Gafford, high post. Dallas moving it around. Down low. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And here's Marshall from the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Outside, Jones. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to talk to his guy.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Seven seconds left to play in the first. Lobs it up for Levine. And the jam by Levine.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of the...
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Pass to Nembhard. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
A super high percentage shot there, you just can't allow him to get that close.
Pass to Levine. And Levine throws it down.
What a marvelous athlete Levine is, soaring off the ground with ease for the jam, and looks so good floating in the air.
And the basket by Johnson.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Outside, Levine. Over Irving. Levine can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. Jordan outside. For three, Siakam. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Siakam's got 5.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Davis sets a screen. Elbow shot. The rebound by Turner.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. Pass to Turner. Back to Harden. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Hunter on the wing. Now Nembhard. Now Davis. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Well, there's no question, and he welcomes this, that Anthony Davis shoulders a heavy load on the defensive end.
And he should, and he does. I mean, he's a true anchor. He protects the rim. He can guard out on the perimeter. He communicates well. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. And he's a guy that can cover up a lot of mistakes from his teammates.
Davis with the bucket.
When your big man can pop out and knock down the corner 3, it certainly opens up the whole offense.
Now here's Levine. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Great D that time from Davis.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Irving from long range. Valanciunas grabs the board.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Right side, Jones. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this point. Man.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Shoots the 3. A shot that time, not on target. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Exum. 3-pointer. Drills the 3-pointer. Exum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Turner inside. Pocket 6. And the dunk by Jordan.
Jordan, so sweet to watch in the air. What a treat.
Mavericks trailed by 4. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Washington. There's Exum. Now Gafford hasn't made one yet. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Harden. Jordan with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Dunn attacking.
Dunn finishing in style. And the explosion to the hoop. Powerful.
Here now is Dinwiddie. Pass to Marshall. Screen by Gafford. Turner with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Rebound by Marshall. Now the Mavericks with it. 6-point game. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans. They'll match up against the Pelicans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Clever dribble move by Washington. Threw off the defender there.
Harden outside. Knocked away. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Exum. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Here's Levine. Pass to Valanciunas. Dunn left side. And here's Jordan outside. The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
For the tie. Now here's Gafford. Washington with it for the lead. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Like we were just talking, P.J. Washington has improved his defense, hasn't he?
He really has been intentional about getting better at that end of the floor. And, you know, he always had a good foundation for potentially being an outstanding defender, but then he put the work in. You know, he does a great job with his positioning. He's got excellent positional size, and because of all of that in his work, he's a versatile defender now that can make an impact at that end of the floor.
Pass to Dunn. Outside Levine. There's a screen by Toppin. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Jordan. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks trailed by 4. Over in the corner, Washington. Knocks down the 3-ball. Washington's got 5 points so far.
That was silky smooth there by Washington. Only takes him a few seconds to lock and load.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Harden with it. 10 points for him. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. 1:20 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Turner. Back to Harden. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And here's Levine. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 9.
Hey, how about the distance? Zero fear. Levine will make these moonshots from time to time and splash.
Here's Nembhard. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Jordan in the corner. Levine for 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. The Mavericks trailing. On its way from Irving for 2. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
That's the decisiveness we talk about with Irving. He's quick and right at it.
Outside, Levine. Back to Harden. And Jordan has it in the corner. The steal.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Back to Nembhard. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And both free throws good for Nembhard. Levine wide open. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And we get some fireworks there to finish the quarter. That three ties it up as we go down the home stretch.
That's the end of the... Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Enzo Jordan will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. Look at that!
Oh, my goodness. Watch out.
You won't find a much more entertaining sight. I'd call that slam dunk contest level.
To the inside. Davis. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Siakam misses. The Mavericks leading. Goes up on the high post. The rebound by Turner. And here comes the break. Here's Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
Oh, and Dunn is an animalistic dunker, slamming it home with some major force.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
And let's get an update on James Harden's injury. David, any news there?
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Los Angeles' head athletic trainer. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. Well, you hate suffering injuries any time of the year, but it's especially impactful this early on. Tough break. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Back to Levine. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Can't nail the jumper. Mavericks leading by 3. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Up top, Nembhard. The rebound by Turner. Clippers trail by 3. Jordan wide open. That 3 off the mark.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Outside Irving. Overdone. No good from Irving.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. In the corner, it's Hunter. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Dunn's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Well, I really admire the determination with which Dunn plays, staying confident in his shot at all times.
Back to Irving. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Davis inside. Davis using his size.
Poised under pressure to produce at the right time in the big time. AD.
Turner with the screen. Levine for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And he makes that one. Turner's got his first basket.
Evolving as a leader right before our eyes. It's important that Turner continue to prove he can score in big moments.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. 107 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Zach LaVine.
14 foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Davis sets a screen. On the wing, Davis. Wide open look. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And here's LaVine who brings it up for Los Angeles. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Pass to Davis. Stolen by LaVine. Good!
Massive hoop there from Siakam. We've seen him do it in the finals. This guy showing he's made for big moments.
Dallas again turning it over.
Clippers ball.
Now, here's Dunn. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through.